We're on to learning unit number 3, which is inclusive of reporting systems, root cause analysis, and creating a culture of safety. So as we go through this learning unit, I want to remind you of two things. Number one, this content, especially this course, prepares you to sit for the Institute of Healthcare Improvements patient safety professional certification. So because of that, it's really important that you read through the information, look at those IHI tools. It's important for the certification exam. It's important for our nursing practice and nursing leadership practice. So, and it's also going to be important for our patient safety initiative. So do take the time, look through some of the information. If you're working in an acute care healthcare system, hospital, please look around, talk to people, see what is being done in your organization if you're not familiar with it. So the other thing I wanted to remind you of is the practicum modules. Please try to be working through these. I know it is a lot of time, but just be thinking in just 3 more weeks, you're going to be done and fully enjoying the summer and having a nice break before fall. So for learning unit number 3, our topic and outcomes is we're looking at ways to capture safety problems. We focus on the development first of why we need to develop a culture of safety, why that's needed to prevent harm. Then we're going to practice using certain tools such as the root cause analysis squared and FMEA. These allow us to identify system failures, system factors that lead to error, and to do two things. The root cause analysis, why they say it's squared now, is that we're not only analyzing the data, but then we're looking at action. What action can we take to prevent these errors from happening again in the future? We're not looking at the who, not the person who may be ultimately the one that brought this error to light, but what went wrong and why. So at the end of this learning unit, you're really going to be able to explain and describe how the failure modes and effects analysis, the FMEA tool, can be used to analyze processes to prevent future harm, and you're going to be able to explain the importance of including an action phase in root cause analysis. So you're going to do that by reading 2 chapters in your textbook, 14 and 15. So you're listening to this video right now. Let's look at the readings. Again, it's an ebook, chapters 14 and 15. This link takes you to the Mercyhurst University Library, and the instructions follow. Same as previous weeks. You're going to be watching a video on creating a safety culture. It's a short video, and it is an important one. If you click on, you're going to see that this is the Joint Commission's Center for Transforming Healthcare, and it's a brief video on creating a safety culture. So as you know, the Joint Commission is the inspection arm of the CMS, and that really provides it with some teeth. So we're going to then look at zero harm in healthcare, and this will be a document, a PDF, and we had started this in previous unit, last week's unit, I believe, and we're going to come back to it now and read pages 7 to 16. So remember, it's a 20-some page document, But in learning unit number 1, I apologize, we read the first few pages, and now we are doing what we said and coming back and reading additional pages on zero harm in healthcare. This is a folder, as you can see, difference between a document, and even when I do a video, sometimes I use a document to set it up. But it's a folder, and after reading, and especially after reading your chapter 14 and specifically pages 268 to 273, come back then after those readings and look in this folder to look at some of a video on root cause analysis squared, the 5 whys, this is a document, finding the root cause, an action component, and another brief video. So it's just furthering your information on root cause analysis. And then you're going to see that the next is not a folder, but just another document, but a document on failure modes and effects analysis. When you click on these documents, you're going to notice that they are from the Institute of Healthcare Improvements Toolkit. So this is things that you might want to save, you're going to probably want to use again in the future, especially for your own initiative. So as you're going through this, be thinking, are any of these tools, I'm doing a patient safety initiative. That includes looking at workforce well-being, as we know that burnout and unsafe workplaces significantly impact on patient safety. But as you go through it, be thinking, what are some ideas for my initiative, and can I use these tools? So the last thing you're going to do for this learning unit is the discussion board. And I start out, so if you click on the discussion board, we've looked at those 2 specific tools. For root cause analysis, we are seeking to understand the causes of what went wrong and why. And then what actions can we take to prevent future harm? In the FMEA, we look at a specific process and the likelihood of failure of each step in the process, and assign a risk profile number for each step. These are two tools that are being used, and you're going to have the choice of looking at one or the other as far as describe the experience of using one or the other tool. Explain why, when, and how these tools can be used. If you've already received training in root cause analysis and are not as familiar with the FEMA, go for that one. Try to make this a true learning experience for yourself. Then you can share with us any previous experience you've had using these tools or being involved in the process of a root cause analysis. If you haven't used these tools in the past, then that's okay. Can you see yourself using them in the future? So that brings us to an end of learning unit number 3. And please remember, you want to be keeping up with those practicum modules, because those practicum modules also are needing to be completed by week 6. So try to keep up with those. I realize weeks are different for everybody. Some weeks we have more time. Doing this on Memorial Day. Hope you're all having a wonderful Memorial Day. But because it's an extra holiday and I don't have anything going on today during the morning, I figured I'd get some work done as well. So I'm hoping you're able to squeeze all this in. If you're having any difficulty, please let me know. Remember, this learning unit ends and provides you with a summer break. But I hope that you can all keep up. If there is some issues, we will work it out. So continue to learn, and enjoy the process.